If you're watching this, it means you need to replace your income in the next 30 days. Listen, I don't know what situation you're in, but I've been there. I've been in the place where you've lost your job, or you're looking for a new job, or you're young, trying to get out of the house, trying to start a business, and you don't want to go down the regular path of finding another job, working a 9-to-5 for the rest of your life, and you want to start something real that can replace your income, but you don't know how. Maybe you spent some time freelancing, doing cold outbound, reaching out to people, trying to get business, but you just don't know how to start your first company using the different softwares out there. And with AI becoming so popular now, you know you want to implement it into your business, but you don't know how. I want to show you today how you can take accessible AI tools out there and build solutions to deliver to consumers and business owners without technical knowledge. Most people are afraid because AI is growing so fast, you don't know how to use it. And I want to break down that barrier for you today. There's a lot of different tools out there, but I'm going to show you the ones I've used to replace my income and give myself time freedom and financial freedom so I can work wherever, whenever, all from my laptop. Now, most people approach building a business entirely wrong. They look out on the internet, on YouTube, to find what the best product is, what the best business model is. They watch videos, they watch courses in order to find this all-star perfect business model that they want to use as a vessel to replace your income. And the fact is, there is no perfect business model. You might look on the internet and have people telling you to do social media marketing or to start a video editing agency or to start an AI SaaS. But the fact is, the best business model is the one that you can sell. I don't want you to think about having this perfect business model that checks all the boxes. I want you to think about the perfect business model for you. See, you have a unique set of skills and experience which give you an online resume of the challenges that you know how to solve. Everyone has dealt with different things in their life that gives them qualifications that allow you to build a business around the things that you have seen or you have struggled with. This is why you've never seen a fitness coach that didn't struggle with weight loss or building muscle at some point. You've never seen a business coach that's successful that has actually never ran a business before, because the fact is, the people that build businesses around skills and around experience are the ones that are going to have the most amount of success. I like to use the motto of see a need, fill a need from Big Weld in Robots. If you don't remember that movie, it's a great movie. But the point is, when you see a problem, that's when you can solve it. And your business should be around solving a problem. It's not what you want to hear, because you want to hear build this perfect business and you'll make $10,000 a month in the next 3 months. But that's not how the world works. You have to find a problem that you're going to solve that you can speak to, because if you can't speak to the problem, then you can't sell it. For example, the first business that I started was a video editing agency. And this was the glamorous idea that everyone was pushing back then. Start an SMMA, start a video editing agency. You'll make money online. It's super easy. And I worked with podcasters in order to create videos for them. And you know what happened? That business didn't last because I wasn't a podcaster. I wasn't an already successful YouTuber. I didn't understand the problems that YouTubers had when I was creating clips for them. I then moved into a website portfolio company as a student because I saw that students needed online portfolios. This was the first time I actually started solving a problem and I had some traction. I then moved into doing the same thing, but for business owners, because B2B is always going to have better margins than B2C. Then after that, I moved into videos and what I'm doing right now, and of course working with GoHighLevel to create content. And that brought me to SaaSsuite.ai, my next company, the one that I'm running right now, which is solving a real problem for high-level agencies, because guess what? I've been a high-level agency and I've dealt with the problem before, so I created a solution around a problem that I've already had. Now, once you get that in mind, that you are trying to see a need and fill a need, you're building a solution to a real problem in the real world, now we can get into the hard strategies for how you can actually build a solution like this for business owners or for consumers. There's 3 tools I'm going to be showing you today. The first one is Lovable. If you haven't used Lovable before, it is a front-end vibe coder which allows you to create apps using AI. It's one of the best ones out there, and it's the most user-friendly in order to get you started. I've ran multiple software companies off of Lovable. You can create sites, you can create apps. It is absolutely awesome, and I will always love this app. Now, the beautiful thing about Lovable is you don't have to have any technical expertise. All you have to do is ask it to create whatever app you want to build for whatever problem that you're solving. Now, in order to actually figure out what app you're going to build as a software product to solve the problem in the niche that you're going to be working with, we're going to work with ChatGPT or OpenAI in order to come up with this idea. Now, there's a couple of important things about prompting and how you can actually use ChatGPT and AI to your benefit in order to build companies. The first thing is you want it to actually ask you questions. You want to turn the script on AI. Rather than you asking it, what company should I create? You should ask it to ask you questions. So instead, you're going to use this prompt. Now, the prompt that I use is telling ChatGPT, you are an expert business strategist. You've made over $100 million online through software, and you know everything about where different industries are at in terms of common needs, struggles, and existing solutions. This is telling it exactly who it is and how it's going to interact with you in the future. Then you tell it, I want to build a software app that addresses XYZ problem. This is the need that you are seeing, and now we're going to figure out how we can fill that need. Then we're going to say, help me brainstorm this app by asking me questions about my goals, who I want to work with, how I want to deliver it, my budget, pricing, etc. And then once you have all you need to know, present a few ideas as well as your top pick for what app to build. Then let's brainstorm domains, getting it to market, etc. Now let's do a live example right now. Let's say we want to talk about booking appointments for real estate agents. We want to say that's our problem. You just fill that in for yourself. We're going to send this to our ChatGPT, and it's going to ask us questions back in order for us to figure out what app we're going to deliver. It's going to ask us some questions like our target users, solo agents, small teams, real estate investors, types of appointments. And what you want to do is you want to answer all of these questions with ChatGPT until it gives you your app idea. It can give you domain ideas and give you name ideas, everything that you need in order to build your app. If you don't know where to start, this is where I would start. Get it to ask you some questions in a conversational format. Now, once you've done that, let's talk about actually building the app. So back in Lovable, what we're going to do is we're going to ask it to create an appointment scheduling app that uses AI for real estate agents. Now, for the sake of this video, that's going to be the entire prompt. But when you prompt this, you want to have ChatGPT create the prompt for you. You can tell it to take the prompt that you already have and expand it, add in information like how the app should function on mobile, desktop, things like that. And then you can have ChatGPT essentially prompt this AI in order to build the app for you. Then what you can do is you can send this to Lovable, and then Lovable is going to build this app for you. And the best part about this is in order to build this first version of the app, you don't even need a paid account. You can get a few free credits by just creating an account at Lovable, and then you can tell it to create your first app. And then it's going to use AI to design the app and everything. It's a really fantastic platform that makes it very simple using cloud, backends, all sorts of things in order to actually build out full software apps within the platform. Now, we mentioned AI in the beginning. How do you plug AI actually into the app for this? Obviously, just a scheduling app for real estate agents doesn't necessarily have AI in it. And how do we actually implement AI into a custom software app? You might have no idea how. I'm going to show you exactly how you can, and it's super simple. So what we're going to do is while Lovable is building this, we're going to make an account at platform.openai.com. This is ChatGPT on steroids. This is what most people don't know about. This is how you can create a developer account for ChatGPT, and this is how you plug OpenAI in with other platforms. So what you're going to do is you're going to make an account. You're going to click sign up. Once you have an account and you can log in, you'll be able to make different projects. So this might seem pretty overwhelming at first, but you'll be able to see different projects in the top left. You'll be able to see your business here, and you can select different products. Now, here we've got a product called AngelTree. This is actually a niche software app I made for a volunteer service in my community. And this project, what we're going to do in order to actually utilize our API for this is then go over to settings in the top right. Then we'll see API keys. And then you'll be able to see all of your API keys here. So your API key is just how you connect ChatGPT to Lovable or GoHighLevel or any other platform that you have. All you need to do is click create new secret key, input some information like the name, select the project, and then click create key. And then you're going to save this key. What we're going to do is we're just going to give that key to our Lovable front end and then tell it, hey, integrate this with AI in order to achieve XYZ function. And then you can work with it back and forth in order to have it create the right sort of calls to ChatGPT, improve the prompting, things like that. But by doing this, you don't actually have to make prompts because Lovable will actually make the prompts for you to prompt over to ChatGPT. So by doing this, you create your app using conversation with Lovable. You create your API key in OpenAI. As long as you have a paid account, you can have tokens in there, and then you can send that API over to Lovable, and it will build your software app using that key. So here we have that app. It finally built it inside of Lovable. We have smart scheduling for real estate agents. It built a landing page for us. It has some properties. We have our AI scheduling assistant. And then again, all we have to do is just say, this is my OpenAI API key. And then we just paste the key here. I can't show the key here because you can't show your key to anyone because that gives you access to all sorts of things. But just paste your key inside Lovable, tell it this is your API key, and then ask it to walk me through the steps of integrating OpenAI with this platform. So you can do this in chat mode even, and it'll tell you kind of what it needs from you in order to actually build it. But again, this is the best way to use AI. Have AI ask you questions, guide you along the right path, and then you can just give it what it needs in order to actually build out the platform. Then whenever you're ready, you can make a Lovable paid account. You can click publish. You can add a custom domain to this, and then your app can be live just like that. You can have your API keys set up. People can go to your website. We'll go ahead and check it out right now. Here's our AI scheduling assistant. You can share this with people, and now you are actually solving a real problem in your industry using AI. Now, remember how I said the app that you're building should be solving a problem in your community, in your industry? That's how you can actually create a product that you can sell. I mean it. This is that Angel Tree app I mentioned, and I'm going to show you this real quick. We have these cards, which are these Angel Tree tracking cards. So this is the Angel Tree card. People put their name, gift, it's all handwritten information here, and this is for a local volunteer service that provides Christmas gifts for families that can't afford Christmas gifts for their kids. And they struggled with a specific problem of not being able to take these cards and take the information from them and put it into a spreadsheet automatically, because they would have to do it manually because it's all handwritten. Well, why do that when we have AI? We can use AI to fix this. So what I did was I built this Angel Tree app in which you can click open camera. It then scans this card that you have, and then it saves these cards under saved cards and allows the user to export this as a CSV and import it into whatever their system that they need in order to track stuff like this. And the best part about this app only took me like an hour to build. I put together the API key. I did exactly what I just showed you. And now I have a functional app that is serving people in my community. And I want you to be able to do the same thing for your industry and replace your income with it. So we've talked about how to build the app. How do you actually monetize something like this? Obviously, I didn't monetize this. It's for a charity. But how do you monetize your app? We can go back to that estate AI, that real estate AI agent. So how on earth are you going to monetize this agent? Let me tell you. So Lovable is fantastic for building products and building front ends and building software products, but we're going to use a marketing software called GoHighLevel. It's what I talk about my entire channel. If you want to sign up for an account, the link's in the description. And when we get into this software, we're going to have a dashboard and some automations and all sorts of stuff that we can do. All we're going to do is we're going to use our automations to do two things. So within the software, what we're going to do is we're going to go to automations and we're going to build two very simple automations. We're going to make an email outbound automation and we're going to make a phone outbound automation. So for our email outbound, all we're going to do is title it email outbound. We don't need a trigger. We'll just add an email event for send email, and then we'll include our information here. So our name, our from email, I'll get to that in a second, our subject, and then some text for actually selling the product. Now you can make something really simple like, hi, I just created an app that solves XYZ, want to try it out. Thanks. You can literally send that email to thousands of people and people will sign up for your software. All you have to do is add a payment integration, make sure they can pay for it, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Now, once you've got this email set up and saved, you can publish this and then you can drop contacts into this workflow in order to market the app. And I'll get to how you can get those leads here in a second. Now, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to make another workflow for phone outbound. And actually what this outbound is going to do, it's not going to be for calling them, it's going to be for dropping a voicemail. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a voicemail drop action by clicking add action and then look up voicemail. This drop essentially calls the user's phone, drops them a voicemail, hangs up really quickly, and then it enables you to get calls back and just spread the word about your product without spending a ton of money. You can just upload a voicemail file here. You can say something like, hey, I just built this product. It solves this problem for you. If you want to try it out, give me a call back, hang up the phone. You can upload this file here and then use these voicemail drops in order to send voicemails out to thousands of contacts once more. Now, these are two of the easiest ways to actually market, but how do you find the leads in order to actually market your product to? But how do we find real estate agents in order to actually sell this product to? Well, if you're looking for agents, you can use a product called Outscraper. If you just go to Google, you can find this tool. You can join their free tier, and it is a free tool which allows you to scrape for different types of contacts off of Google. So if you're looking for B2B people or facilities or businesses that could use your software product, then all you have to do is go into Outscraper, go to services. Let's go ahead and do email and contact scraper. Then you can put in domains or URLs of companies that you want to scrape for, or you can use any of their different packages, which will give you those leads automatically in one big spreadsheet. Now, if you're saying, Andrew, I already have a high-level account, this is great, this is all I needed, then you're done. You just take the leads that you can find from Outscraper, do some ads, run some ads, use Lovable in order to build a product, and you're good to go. Now, the last part about this process is you need to buy a phone number and get your email set up on GoHighLevel in order to actually send emails and send those voicemails. So for phone numbers, you can just go to settings, phone numbers, and then you can purchase any phone number you want. It's pretty straightforward. We've got plenty of videos on how you can buy a phone number on the channel. Just look up phone or SMS and I'll show you how you can buy a phone number. Then you can click proceed to buy, and then you will purchase this phone number for $1.15 a month. They're super cheap. Now, once you do that, make sure you do your A2P registration. I also have a video on how to get A2P registered. I'll put the link to that down in the description. So once you get your A2P registration completed and verified, that way you can send out voicemails and texts and calls and everything from the platform, then you should be good. The last part is setting up your email. Now, I also have a video on how to create your dedicated domain in GoHighLevel. Essentially, you're going to go to email services in settings, then click add service or dedicated domain and IP, either or. So when you go to the email services and then you add a dedicated domain, you can just put in mail.yourdomain.com, and then you can click add and verify, and then this will pull up your domain that you've already purchased in order to add your email account to that domain and start sending out emails. Now, if you do have an email account created and you're going to be doing cold email, you need to make sure that your email account is warmed up. I've talked about this 1,000 times. If you're under my affiliate program already, you get access to free warm-up. And if you don't have access to free warm-up and you create an account with GoHighLevel under our affiliate links, then you'll also get access to free warm-up within SaaS Suite. So SaaS Suite is how I deliver a lot of my tools and trainings to my customers. If you haven't heard about it before, then you can go here. If you already have a GoHighLevel account, you can just create a plan. But if you're an affiliate, you get access for free. Once you sign in, you'll get access to an onboarding series, which is that onboarding tool you've seen inside of GoHighLevel. That's just over back under our Launchpad and our onboarding tool. You can see you'll get access to this full onboarding series to teach yourself how to use GoHighLevel and your customers if you ever launch as a SaaS, but we're not talking about that today. And once you are in your account, what you can do is you go to email warmup, and then I will actually let you get email warmup from my team inside your agency for free if you're under our affiliate links. So all you have to do is just submit this email warmup request. I will give you one of my employees. You'll install them into your agency, fill out some details like that sender email, your agency name, etc. And then we can warm up your email for you. So that way, after about 3 weeks, you'll be able to get delivery rates like this. You can see we get 99% deliverability rate, 48% open rate with our emails that we write. This is all from good email warmup. So if you really want to get in contact with people over email warmup is crucial. I've talked about it a million times. Obviously, if you already have GoHighLevel, you can go to saassuite.ai/gift. If you go to this website, you'll see more about me talking about my email marketing system. There's a snapshot, and then there's lots more information about how cold email works with our platform. I really don't want to go over all that today, but I wanted to make sure that you knew about it, especially if you're looking to get started. So definitely go to saassuite.ai/gift. You can learn a little bit about cold email. But once you have that set up, you have email, you have your phone number, you have your workflows, you have your app that you created in Lovable, and it's all tied together. The last thing is, of course, payments. So if you haven't connected payments yet, inside of GoHighLevel, just go to payments, go to integrations. You can either create a Stripe account or connect something like PayPal. Stripe is probably the easiest way to create a payment account within your business, especially if you're brand new and starting out. So just click connect here in integrations, create a Stripe account, connect it to your platform. That way you can accept payments for your product. And all you have to do is just create a product inside of GoHighLevel for your SaaS. So we can call it Real Estate AI SaaS. You can give it a product price. Let's say we're going to charge $50 a month. That works. You click save. As soon as you have that product created, you can then create a payment link for that product by adding your product here on the left-hand side, and you can collect like customer addresses and phone numbers and redirections to custom URLs, etc. I would just set up a redirection to your SaaS /sign up. You'll make a sign up page inside of Lovable once you create your SaaS within the platform. And then just by doing that, you can collect payment. You can then save this link. So you can save this, you'll get an actual URL, which you can then take over back to Lovable, tell it to embed it inside of your platform. Just paste that URL right here in the chat box, tell it to embed it for payments. And then once someone pays, you can give them access to your platform using Lovable Cloud. Lovable Cloud is just their integrated database. So if you want to use a function, you can go to Edge Functions, or you can even just ask it. Again, I told you this is a chat interface. So ask it, how do I give a user access once they've paid? Ask it specifically if there's a webhook URL that you can send in order to give a user access. It will tell you exactly what you need to do and follow it out step by step. You can just give users access with a very basic workflow inside of 𝐷ighLevel. And then that way, whenever someone pays, they come into the 𝐷ighLevel system. And basically the way that works, this is a very complicated version, but the way that works is you make an order submitted trigger, you select that real estate product. This is for SaaS Suite, so don't worry about it. And then you send a custom webhook over to the platform in order to give that user access within Lovable. So with all of those different pieces together, now what you are able to do is go to ChatGPT, tell it the problem that you're trying to solve, let it give you app ideas. Once you have app ideas, you can take the prompting and the app ideas that ChatGPT gives you and feed it into Lovable and have Lovable create a beautiful front end that actually functions. And then of course it can create the back end for the actual app. You can then plug that in with OpenAI using an API key. And with that API key from OpenAI, you can actually have an app that's enabled by live AI. As long as you have an account with OpenAI, you can connect those two, and now you have a functioning app. Then to market and sell it, you can use Outscraper in order to collect leads for emails and phone numbers from the internet in order to sell this to the niche type of individual that you're trying to sell your product to. Then you can open an account with 𝐷ighLevel, go into your automations, create an email account, create a phone number, send out emails and voicemail drops in order to make deals, use a payment link, collect those payments, and then send those users back to your software. That is the entire workflow. I know that sounds like a lot of steps, but if you break it down, it is 3 different core components. And I know that sounds complicated, but the 4 components that we just broke that down into was 1, brainstorming, then 2, building the app, then marketing it using those different platforms, and then delivering it with the app that you already built. Listen, replacing your income does not have to be that complicated. You just need a good idea and you need to be able to follow through. And if you take each one of the steps that I just showed you in this video and you actually build a software platform that solves a problem for someone using AI without any tech skills for yourself, you can actually replace your income in the next 30 days. And that's what I want for you guys. I've done it myself. I've done it for my customers, and I want you to be able to do the same thing. So if you need help signing up for those different platforms, all of the links are down in the description. You can, of course, watch this video again and go step by step as you create your accounts and actually build your software platform today. Listen, my name is Andrew. I really appreciate you coming and watching this video, and I really hope that this can change your life forever. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or book a call with me, and I'm happy to help. As always, my name is Andrew, and thank you very much for watching.